Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. We need to make it illegal for people to buy babies, especially when it's gay men or single males doing so. That's just the facts. Those demographics, unrelated male adults in the home, have some of the highest risk factors for child sexual abuse. And this latest case coming out of the Chicago area is no different. A nationally known dog show judge, dog breeder, and vet was just arrested by the feds before he was due to get on a plane to fly to California and pick up the baby that he had bought and paid a surrogate to gestate. The baby is expected to be born in just a few days on March 29th. Adam Stafford King is married to another gay male, and he was allegedly posting online chats about how he planned to sexually abuse the newborn once he had brought the child home. He is said to have been speaking online to a man in New York to whom he reportedly was sending ultrasound images and pictures of baby clothes to, as well as videos of child pornography. Authorities claim King also confided in this person that he already has experience sexually abusing his young nieces and nephews by first giving them a double adult dose of Benadryl to knock them out. He then allegedly claimed to like kids under 10, preferably in the single digits. Thankfully, the person he was talking to got arrested himself, and the feds were allowed by a judge to continue the conversation with King under the other guy's username. King reportedly went by the online handle Perv Shy Dude. A search of his home found the ultrasound, baby clothes, and other images being sent under that handle, Perv Shy Dude, strengthening the case against King. While he sits in jail facing a bunch of charges, let's reflect on how crazy it is that society allows monsters like this, with very little to no vetting or background checking, unlike with adoption, just buy babies all willy-nilly. Isn't it bizarre that a culture which fights so hard for babies to be killed through abortion also fights so hard for them to be able to be bought and sold like animals? But maybe it's not so bizarre after all, because in both those instances, children are being treated like commodities. Any rights they may or may not have in a given situation depends entirely on the whims of the adult in charge of life or death decisions over them. And while IVF may not be going before the nation's highest court today, the justices at least have a chance to strike a blow against an aspect of the culture of death regarding one of the two main abortion pills, mifepristone. So joining us now to continue our coverage on this court case is Dr. Abby Johnson, the founder and CEO of Pro Love Ministries. Dr. Johnson, thanks for being back tonight.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
Great. So first, just as a side note, can I just get your thoughts on that horrible story with the alleged pervert using IVF to make a baby for him to abuse, and then he said he wanted to invite other men over to abuse the baby too?
I mean, I, like you and everyone else, am so thankful that the authorities were able to get involved and to protect this child and other children that he was abusing. But I mean, Kara, you know, and I know that this is happening all over the world. This is happening in our nation in particular. Children are seen as a commodity in the United States. And unfortunately, we see this over and over again with homosexual adoption. We see this with homosexual surrogacy. This is just a part of it. It's depraved sexual nature. It's depraved sexual motivation. And surrogacy in itself, a lot of people think, well, you know, they're longing for a baby, so they're willing to do anything. But we don't have rights to children. We don't have a right to be a parent. And we don't have the right to make children any way that we deem necessary. We don't have a right to break natural law in order to be a parent. And that's what surrogacy is. And a child has a right to its biological mother and biological father. And people will say, you know, well, what about adoption? We have an adopted child, and he has the ability to know his biological mother. He has a relationship with his biological mother. Adoption does not strip a child of that in all situations, but surrogacy always does.